Okay, so the next topic we will be dealing with is the circular convolution. So in circular convolution, so in the previous class we have seen the linear convolution. Now in this class we will be seeing the circular convolution. We will take some extra pages. Okay. Okay. So in the circular convolution, it is similar to the linear convolution, but it is having some difference. Like whenever we are calculating a DFT, in the DFT, it is a finite word length. Okay, DFT is calculated for finite word length. Okay, so whenever we will be performing a convolution, that means a convolution is any system is there. Okay, in that system we will be giving some input x of n, and we will be getting some output, and this system will be defined by a function, and that function is suppose h of x or h of n. Okay, then the multiplication of this signal x of n with h of n system definition function multiplied by these two will give you the output. Okay, so this result output y of n is given by the multiplication. That multiplication we will be doing is given by the convolution. Okay, so that multiplication is not the actual multiplication. We are multiplying 2 into 3. It is not 6, like it is basically the 2. This is convolution with 3. So 2, these are one input, second input, these two inputs are being convolved. So this convolution will be resulting you the system output with respect to x of n as input and h of n as the system function. Okay, so this y of n is given by the x of n convolution with h of n. Okay, so this was the convolution. So similarly, suppose a system is there and we need to find out the output, but we can get this output either by this linear convolution. This is linear convolution, or we can get the same y of n by using the circular convolution also. Okay, this is circular convolution. So in case of circular convolution, there are some mathematical expression, like in linear convolution the mathematical expression was summation. We were performing like a summation. It should be varying from uh, k was there, so k changing from minus infinity to plus infinity, x of k into h of n minus k. Okay, so this was the function for calculating the linear convolution. Okay, so this was the linear convolution expression. This is formula, or you can say formula, you can say, or expression, mathematical formula. Okay, so this was the mathematical formula for linear convolution. Similarly, there is a formula for calculation of the circular convolution also. Okay, so we will just see that how formula is derived, but we will not be using this formula. So there are different ways to calculate circular convolution. So one of the method is like graphical method. Okay, another one is matrix method. Another one is your formula method. That formula we will be seeing, just we will be seeing. Okay, along with that, some trig method is also, like in linear convolution we have seen the trig method, like it was similar to a multiplication. Two signals can be multiplied directly and we will be getting a linear convolution. This was only for verification, and it is like a trig method. So in the circular convolution calculation also we will use graphical method, matrix method, and we will not use formula method. because it is very lengthy, and we will just see the formula, that how formula works, okay, and what the actual formula is, okay. And then also we will check the trig method also. So we will start with the circular convolution. So circular convolution or any convolution will be taking place by help of two signals. So suppose x1 of n is there, x2 of n, two signals are there. These are discrete signals, okay. So these two signals are there, and its endpoint DFT, endpoint DFT are respectively x1k and x2k, okay. So the x1k by the formula will be given by this, okay. Similarly, x2k will be given by this formula. So this formula is the DFT formula, okay. The DFT formula that we have already seen. So it is DFT formula, where case will be varying from 0 to n minus 1. So 0 to n minus 1 means total there are n points. That's why it is called n point DFT. And also the input, the x1 and x2 are having n samples. So n point DFT calculation should be required. Okay. So finally, suppose after calculating x1k, x2k, and there is x3n. This is x3, small x3n. Okay. This will be suppose this is another sequence, x3n. So one was x1, another one x2. Similarly, x3n is there, that is having a length of n points, and also its DFT is given by, so suppose its DFT is given by capital X3k. Okay, then this x3k is given by x1k and x2k. Suppose this is the case. Okay, so first of all we have find out x1k, DFT x1k, x2k, and we are multiplying x1k and x2k, and we will be getting another function that is x, that is represented by x3k. So this x3k is the DFT of suppose x3n. At that time, the x3n will be given by IDFT of x3k. Okay, so this is simple. अगर DFT दिया हुआ है तो हमें अगर टाइम डोमेन में फंक्शन फाइंड आउट करना है तो इसका IDFT फाइंड आउट कर लेंगे, बिकॉज दिस इज DFT, दिस वन इज DFT. सो इसका IDFT फाइंड आउट करेंगे, दैट विल बी x3n. It can be any variable. Okay, so instead of n we have written n. So this was x3m. Okay, so this x3m को हम अगर रिप्रेजेंट करें, so IDFT of this, so it will be IDFT का फार्मूला, okay, IDFT का फार्मूला 1 by n summation k equals 0 to n minus 1 x3k into e to the power instead of minus 2 plus j. Okay, so this is the formula for IDFT. And finally, this one is IDFT. Again, we will be putting the value of x3 into x3k as x1k multiplied by x2k, and we will again put the value of x1k and x2k from these two expressions. Okay, from these two expressions we will be putting the value, and we will get, okay, similar this expression. After some rearrangements, we can find like 1 by n summation k 0 to n minus 1 x1 n, we can separate it, and another variable we have taken here, n is there, another variable here l is taken. So l should be varying from 0 to n minus 1 x2 l. Then the remaining part will be summation l equals to 0 to n minus 1, and e to the power values will be separated to one common term. So it will be similar to this. Okay, j to pi k m minus n minus l. So it will be basically n is there. Okay, so yes, this one is k, this one is l, another one is, okay, ठीक है. उसके बाद नेक्स्ट हम क्या करेंगे, ये टर्म है, इसको हम एज ए समेशन, इसको हम वैल्यूज फाइंड आउट करेंगे. तो यहाँ से हमें वैल्यूज फाइंड आउट करेंगे तो हमें ये फाइंड आउट होगा कि समेशन के को हम रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे, दैट विल बी आइदर n और इट विल बी आइदर 0. So it will be n when l is equals to this value. That means if the periodic signal is there, then for n period it will be having the similar like this one. Okay, so this will be always periodic with period n. Okay, here we will finally get like the summation x3 of m will be equals to summation k equals to 0 to n minus 1 x1 m into x2 m minus n. Okay, x2 m minus n mod n. So this mod n represents x2 n minus m minus n. Okay, similar to this, it is the function. So whatever this represents the circular shift that we have seen in the property. This is your representation of circular shift property. Okay, so this is, so finally we will be getting x3 of m, that will be the circular convolution of x1 and x2 signals, and its mathematical formula will be this one. So this represents the mathematical formula for the circular convolution. Okay, so finally this is being derived by getting the multiplication of two uh, DFTs with represented by x3k, and its IDFT will be giving you the circular convolution. So this will be the formula. So here x2 m minus n mod n is the reflected or circularly shifted version of x2 signal. So x2 signal is being represented, or you can say circularly shifted for n number of steps. Okay, so that n represents the number of indices that sequence x of n is shifted to the right. So any sequence is there if it is represented by x2 of n. Okay, so its shifted version will be represented by x2 of m minus n. So this n times is it is being shifted, and here n represents your mod n. So this is circularly shift. Okay, so this is the representation of circular shift. So that means the x2 this part represents the circular shift. So any circular convolution is there, it is similar to the convolution of this is having the similar formula than the linear convolution. So compare this linear convolution formula and the circular convolution formula. So what is the difference here? The shift was in terms of n shifts are there. Similarly, here is also n times we are shifting. Okay, so this shifting is in terms of n. So this should be in terms of just a minute. So this will be in terms of n. Okay, so this n should be varying from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, so this shifting part is basically your we are shifting m times with respect to this. Okay, so this shift basically indicates the circular shift. Okay, circular shift is there. So the difference between circular convolution and linear convolution basically tells us the shifting. So here normal shifting is there, and in terms of circular convolution, the shifting will be in terms of circular shift, and all other formulas are same. So only difference is like this also having the finite number of steps, because n should be varying. This x1 n should be having a finite number of steps. That's why here the range of n is also limited from 0 to n minus 1 only. Okay, but in case of linear convolution, this xk and hk should be ranging from minus infinity to plus infinity. That's why the k ranges from minus infinity to plus infinity. This linear convolution will be applied to all signals that is having a range between infinity and minus infinity, but circular convolution will only be applied to a finite or having to that sequences that have finite number of steps. Okay, that are finite. So that's why it is having a range in n equals to 0 to n. This is the formula you need to keep in mind. Okay, but this is only for understanding. You will not be using this formula. Okay, so there are different methods to find out the circular convolution. We will see one by one. So the same method, like circular shift is being given by some other method. So suppose this is the x of m is there, and it is having x0, x1, x2, x3 up to xn minus 1. These number of sequences are there into the x of m is a discrete system, that these are the sequences. So suppose we need to shift this by 1 unit. So x of m minus 1 is there, and we are going to shift it circularly. Okay, so here circular shift is being done. Suppose we need to shift circularly by 1 unit, by 1 unit, then it will be given by x of m minus 1. So it will be x of m minus 1 with mod n. So it can also be represented by x of m minus 1 and here n. So this is equivalent to this one. It will be equivalent to x of m minus 1 mod n. You can write it like that, or we can subscript, we can write n as a subscript to the bracket. Okay, so it can also represent the same function. So once we have shifted 1 unit, so what happens, this term will be shifted right by 1 step, this one shifted right, but the last term will rotate and come to the first place. Okay, so this is basically the circular shift. तो सर्कुलर शिफ्ट का मतलब ये नहीं कि ये n-1 जो है यहाँ पे और आगे आ जाएगा, ओके, और ये यहाँ पे कोई और टर्म आएगा, ऐसा नहीं। ये शिफ्ट में क्या है कि n-1 टर्म था, ये वाला टर्म वो क्या आ जाएगा, स्टार्टिंग पे आ जाएगा, और बाकी सब जो है वो राइट शिफ्ट हो जाएंगे। सो अगेन सपोज इसको अगर हमें 1 यूनिट अगेन शिफ्ट करना है, 1 यूनिट शिफ्ट करना है, मीन्स x m-2 करना है। Okay, so we need to shift again this one by 1 unit, so it will be x of m-2, and it will be of circular shift, so mod n we need to write, and after shifting this term will come to the first place, and all the terms will be shifted to the right. So this x of m-1 will be shifted one position, the first position will be covered by the last one. Okay, so this last one will come to the first position. Okay, so this is the circular shift. So by the examples we will clearly understand it. Okay, so once suppose we are just taking an example, x of n is there, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Suppose you need to find out x of n, x of n minus 1 with circular shift. Circular shift n will be here 4, so it will be written like this. This will be equals to, we are shifting 1 unit, so here this 4 will come to the first place and all other will be shifted to the right. Okay, so it will be 4, 1, 2, 3. So this one is the circular shift by 1 unit of x of n. So x of n को 1 unit अगर circular shift करेंगे, so this will be the function. Okay, so this is circular. So similarly अगर हम इसको 4 times shift करें, इसी को अगर हम 4 times shift करें, that means x of n-3 we will be shifting it, sorry, -4 अगर हम इसको shift करें, so it will again we will be getting the same function. ठीक है, वही चीज़ यहाँ पर लिखा हुआ है मैथमेटिकल फॉर्म में. So again suppose we are shifting it by n times, we will be shifting n times, then again we will be getting the same function. We are getting the same function that was it was initially, जो ये initially था, same function we will be getting. So here we can just say like this x of m or any circular shift is like periodic for n points. That means if n point is there, so n times we are going to shift that signal, then again that signal will be appearing. Okay, so this is the motive to finding out. That's why we represent the circular, represent the same signal, finite step signal into the circular form. Okay. So another method is matrix method. Okay, so there this is the basically the expression that how we can calculate the circular convolution. So once you are having the input sequence, so we will be having input sequence. With respect to that, we will be having an impulse sequence. These two will be convolved. So after getting a convolution, we will be getting the circular convolution output. So this is in the form of matrix. Okay, so we will take an example. So basically here y of n is the circular convolution of x of n, and circular convolution is represented by n in the circle. Okay, so this is with h of n. So y of n we need to find out by that will be called the circular convolution of signals x of n and h of n, and it will be represented by this symbol circle with n. Okay, so we will take an example. Based on that we will be calculating that how circular convolution is find it out by using matrix. So this matrix could be difficult by just observing. We will take an example, it will be clear. Okay, so suppose we are going to calculate circular convolution of two signals where x of n is given by 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is the signal, and this is the input, and this is the system. So basically you can get the picture whenever x of n is written and whenever h of n is written. You can get this picture like a system is there. The system function is represented by h of n and the input is x of n, and we are getting output y of n. Okay, so this is the picture. So here a system, we are giving input to the system and we are getting output. So this h of n that is represented by mathematical form to a system is given by 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, so this is input, this is system function, and now we need to find out the circular convolution. So circular convolution y of n will be equals to x of n circular convolution with x of h of n. So in case of matrix form, so if we represent in matrix form, it will be given by y of n in the matrix form. Okay, so in the matrix form it will be given like this, and this will be equals to h of n matrix into the x of n matrix. Okay, so it could be either h of n matrix first, then x of n matrix, or it could be x of n matrix with respect to h of n matrix. Okay, so this is the matrix formula. So first of all, we will be converting x of n into a matrix that will be a column matrix 0, 1, 2, 3. If, because one thing you need to note it down, like this matrix obtained value, whatever obtained value is there after convolution, that will always be of the form 4 cross 1. So 4 cross 1 is for n, so इसको generalized लिख सकते हैं, we can write it like n cross 1. So that means n rows should be there and 1 column should be there. So to get output like n cross 1, the matrix multiplication should be n cross n matrix with n cross 1. Then only we will be getting n cross 1 matrix. Similarly, suppose this is the function, then the first one should be n cross n and the second one should be n cross 1. So we can use either of these two combinations, but suppose x of n we have considered this. Okay, a column matrix that is of 4 cross 1. So it is following this trend. Then h of n should be n cross n. So h of n matrix. So to represent a matrix, we will take a bracket. Okay, so to represent this, what we can write is, we will write the first column as 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, but this matrix should be of 4 cross 4. If this is 4 cross 4, then only the multiplication of 4 cross 4 into 4 cross 1 will represent will give a 4 cross 1 matrix. That is our desired circular convolution. So to write a 4 cross 4 matrix, there is the trick that how we can write it. So this is written like h of n is there, we will write directly, हमने directly लिख दिया 2 1 1 2. okay, नेक्स्ट कॉलम का जो एलिमेंट्स है टर्म्स है उसको रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए हम क्या करेंगे, इस 2 को जो है यहाँ पे लिखेंगे. ठीक है, यहाँ पे लिखेंगे 2, ये वाला 2, और उसके बाद फिर ये टर्म्स नीचे लिख देंगे 2, दिस इज 1, दिस 1 विल कम हियर. ठीक है, फिर नेक्स्ट रो का नेक्स्ट कॉलम का जो एलिमेंट है वो क्या होगा, इसको ऊपर ले आएंगे, दिस विल बी 1, this 2 will be written here, this 2 will come to this one, this 1 will come to this position, and the fourth column element will be given by this one. So it will come to here, it is 1, this 1 will come here, 2 will come here, and this 2. Okay, so finally we can write it like it will be 2 1 1 2, and then 2 2 1 1 1 2 2 1 1 1 2 2. Okay, so this will be the h of n. So finally we will do multiplication of h of n matrix. It will be a 4 cross 4 matrix to x of n matrix. Okay, then we will be getting this as the y of n, that will be our circular convolution. So this will be given. So after multiplication, we are multiplying it. So this is our h of n. We will be multiplying it by 0 1 2 3. So after multiplication we will get, so first row will be multiplied by this column, so it will be 0, this 2 will be multiplied by 0, and this 2 will be multiplied by 1, 1 will be multiplied by 2, and 1 will be multiplied by 3. So I think everyone knows how to multiply the matrix. So we will be getting 0 plus 2 plus 0 2 and this will be 2 plus 3. The next term will be this second row will be multiplied with column. It will be 0 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3. Next will be 0 plus 1 plus 4 plus 6. Then again it will be 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 6. Okay. So this will be the number of elements. So finally we will be getting 4 3 7 9 11 and 9 again. Okay, so this will be our output, that will be the circular convolution. Circular convolution का जो output होगा that will be 7 9 11 9. ठीक है, so ये हमारा final output आ जाएगा by using a matrix method. This is called matrix method. किसी को डाउट इसमें? So this is the circular convolution calculation of
सर
हाँ
सर ऊपर के दो वैल्यू दिए रहेंगे xn और hn.
हाँ दो वैल्यूज ये दिए रहेंगे आपको. हाँ
ओके सर. और ये भी बोला रहेगा कि मैट्रिक्स मेथड से ही निकालना है.
हाँ, उसमें अगर लिखा हुआ है मैट्रिक्स मेथड से तो आपको मैट्रिक्स मेथड से करना है. या फिर और भी मेथड हम अभी पढ़ेंगे। अगर वो मेथड लिखा हुआ है क्वेश्चन में तो उस मेथड से करना है, अगर कुछ नहीं लिखा है तो आपको जो सिंपल लगे आप उसके अकॉर्डिंग कर लो।
ओके सर।
So, okay. So this was by using matrix method. The next we will see that how the next method is used, that is called graphical method. Okay, so we will use graphical method to calculate the circular convolution. Okay, so in the graphical method, the same example we will be taking. So x of n is written like 0, 1, 2, 3, and h of n is written 2, 1, 1, 2. One thing you need to check it out, like suppose any sequence is given, that sequence, all the elements in these two sequences should be same. That means if it is suppose any sequence is given like this, xn is given and h of n, so h of n is given by 2, 1, suppose only 2, 1 is given. Okay, h of n is given 2, 1 and x of n is given 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is the sequence. Suppose these are the two sequences. So to calculate the circular convolution, number of samples in both the signals should be same. Okay, and that number of samples should always be in the power of 2 to the power. Okay, to the power r. So the number of samples should be in the terms of 2 to the power. So 2 to the power means suppose we have written it 1, so it will be 2. So 2 to the power 2 will be 4. 2 to the power 3 will be 8. So the number of elements and number of samples inside the input signals should always be either both should be same and both should be either 2 or 4 or 8. So here suppose maximum number of samples is 0, 1, 2, 3, that is 4 number of samples are there here, and here the number of samples are only 2. So what we need to do is we need to have equal number of samples in both the signals. So we need to make this 2 number of samples to a 4 number of samples. So हम वो कैसे करेंगे, इसके लिए हम क्या करते हैं, हम करते हैं इसको 2, 1 एंड नेक्स्ट 2 हमें और चाहिए तो हम उसको क्या करते हैं 0 ऐड कर देंगे. Okay, so we will make it this. So this is called zero padding. Okay, so this is zero padding. So that zero padding is done to make two sequences, two signals to have a same number of samples. Okay, same number of sequences or samples are there, then only we will proceed for circular convolution calculation. Okay, we can only proceed when both the samples are having same size. Okay, so suppose any sample is there and that sample is having h of n, that is 2 and 1, and another sample is x of n. Okay, and this x of n is having 2 and 5. So is there any need to do padding or not? Zero padding is to be done or not? यहाँ हमें जीरो पैडिंग की जरूरत है कि हम डायरेक्ट प्रोसीड करेंगे टीएफटी कैलकुलेशन? यस, जरूरत है क्या?
नहीं.
ओके, सो यहाँ पे क्या है, नंबर ऑफ सैंपल जो है इसमें भी 2 है और इसमें भी 2 है. सो दोनों में सेम है, so we need not to add any extra zeros. But suppose this is having, instead of this, it is having, another sequence is there, x of n, that is of 2, 5, 1. This is 2, 5 and 1 is there, and the h of n is 2 and 1. 2 and 1. Okay, so first one is 2 and 1, h of n is given, x of n is given 2, 5 and 1. So is there any need to have a padding? यहाँ पे padding की जरूरत पड़ेगी? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after padding, what will be the signal? कोई बताएगा? क्या करेंगे इसमें? दो सिग्नल दिए हुए हैं 2 and 1. Okay. And another signal दिया हुआ जिसमें 2, 5 and 1. These are the samples. These are the samples in this one. So after that, we need to do something, or we will just proceed with the circular convolution calculation. Okay, so we will do it zero padding because all the samples will be same. First of all, all samples will be same, and the samples, okay, should be either 2. So here we have seen like the samples could be either 2 or could be 4 or could be 8. So in इसी पैटर्न का होना चाहिए, या तो 2 होना चाहिए, फिर 4 होना चाहिए, फिर 8 होना चाहिए. तो यहाँ पे क्या है, 2 एक है, लेकिन सेकेंड सैंपल जो वो 3 है, इसमें 3 नंबर ऑफ सैंपल्स हैं. ठीक है, इसमें 3 नंबर ऑफ सैंपल्स है, तो मैक्सिमम जो हो सकता है वो 4 पे जाएगा. ठीक है, सो वी हैव टू मेक x of n to 4 number of samples. So it will be 2, 5, 1 and we will add a 0. And this h of n, this h of n will be 2, 1 and we need to make it 4, so we will add 2 extra zeros. Okay, so after making this type of sample with zero padding, we will then proceed for circular convolution calculation. Okay, ठीक है, ये clear है? So next we will see the graphical method. In the previous method, this was not a method, that was only for the basic understanding that how we need to have same number of samples. Okay, so for circular convolution, we should be having same number of samples in both the signals, h of n and x of n. हाँ,
एक एक सैंपल हो अगर दोनों में तो सर.
हाँ, अगर एक एक भी है, ठीक है, तो इसमें क्या है, एक्चुअली एक एक सैंपल्स है, उसका हम सर्कुलर कन्वोल्यूशन भी फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं. जैसे 0 कर दिया इसकी पावर, दैट इज 1. सो 1 सैंपल्स हैं, उसको भी हम सर्कुलर कन्वोल्यूशन का फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं. बट कोई भी 1 सैंपल का सर्कुलर कन्वोल्यूशन फाइंड आउट करेंगे, वो बहुत ही छोटा कैलकुलेशन है. ठीक है, स्मॉल कैलकुलेशन है, तो उसमें हमें सर्कुलर कन्वोल्यूशन आए, सब तो वही है, फिर उसको शिफ्ट करेंगे, सब जितना भी रोटेट करेंगे सेम सिंपल रहेगा. फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं हम, अगर 1 सैंपल्स भी है तो भी हम फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं.
सर उसमें जरूरत नहीं रहेगी जीरो पैडिंग.
नहीं, वो तो फिर सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है ना, क्योंकि 2 टू द पावर 0 वाले टर्म्स को सेटिस्फाई कर रहा हूँ, दैट इज 2 टू द पावर 0 इक्वल टू 1. ठीक है, तो 1 मैं इसलिए नहीं, क्योंकि इसमें कुछ कैलकुलेशन करना ही नहीं है, केवल एक ही टर्म है, वो एक को मल्टीप्लाई किया, खत्म हो गया, तो इसमें तो कुछ एक्स्ट्रा मेहनत नहीं है, तो इसलिए इसको मैंने कंसिडर नहीं किया. ठीक है, इसलिए 2 टर्म्स रहेंगे, 4 रहेंगे, 8 रहेंगे, तो उसमें हमें कुछ स्टेप प्रोसीड करना होगा. 1 सैंपल है, 1 मैट्रिक्स है, ठीक है, एक एलिमेंट है, दूसरा है 1 एलिमेंट है, इसको मैं रोटेट करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, आउटपुट हमेशा 1 ही आएगा, तो मैं कुछ करना ही नहीं है फिर कोई मेथड. ठीक है, इसलिए वो नहीं होता है. अगर 2 सैंपल्स हैं एटलीस्ट, ठीक है, सपोज इस तरह से है, तो हमें अगर कॉलम मैट्रिक्स या रो मैट्रिक्स कुछ चेंज होगा तो आउटपुट चेंज होगा, तो ये हमें इसको जानने की जरूरत थी. ठीक है, इसलिए मैंने उसमें नहीं बताया. सो इन द ग्राफिकल मेथड, सपोज we have 2 samples, that is x of n, that is 0, 1, 2, 3. Another one is h of n, that is 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, so to have this, we will use a circle to represent this signal. So in graphical one, we should be using two Just a minute. Okay. So each signal x of n and h of n will be represented in terms of a circle. Okay, we will represent each signal in terms of a circle. This is x of n will be represented. This value will be x of 0, and this value will be x of 1, and this value will be x of 2. This value will be x of 3. So x of 0 is in this signal, x of 0 is 0, x of 1 is 1, x of 2 is 2, and x of 3 is 3. ठीक है, ये सैंपल्स है. x इक्वल 0 में n इक्वल्स टू 0 के लिए सैंपल जो है वो 0 है, 1 के लिए 1 है, 2 के लिए 2 है, 3 के लिए 3. ठीक है, so this is x of n. So again we will write it h of n also by a circle. We will be representing this circle. This will be h of 0, and that is equals to 2, and this is h of 1, that is 1. This is h of 2, that is also 1, and this is h of 3, that is equals to 2. Okay, so this is how a signal is represented in the form of a graph, or you can say a circular graph. Okay, so this circle represents a signal, and it should be represented in terms of anti-clockwise. So starting with x of 0, we will move in anti-clockwise direction. We will be putting x of 0, 1, 2, and 3. This is how we represent a signal, discrete time signal. Okay, this is h of n. So to have a circular convolution, what we will do is we will either of these two signal will be shifted in time reverse domain. Okay, so we will be taking suppose h of n, because in the formula that we have expression, जो हमने expression देखा था. Okay, so in that expression we were having m, sorry, that is n is ranging from 0 to n minus 1. The first signal was x1 of n into the second signal was x of m minus n. Okay, and this was a circular shift. ओके, कुछ ऐसा सिग्नल था. so, एक सिग्नल जो था वो सेम था, एज इट इज था. दूसरा जो सिग्नल था उसको हम सर्कुलरली शिफ्ट कर रहे थे विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एन. यहाँ पे एन जो है वेरी करेगा 0, 1, 2 अप टू एन माइनस 1 तक. ठीक है, सो ये एन को हम स्मॉल कुछ टाइम शिफ्ट कर रहे थे. तो सेम हमें जब सर्कुलर कन्वर्जन फाइंड आउट करना है तो एक सिग्नल को हम एज इट इज रखेंगे. सपोज एक्स ऑफ एन इज made as it is, and we will be shifting h of n, and what we do is we will find h of minus n with circular shift. So to make it a circular shift, that means we are making its opposite. So instead of n, h of n, we are representing h of minus n. So to represent h of minus n, what we will do is we will write same, instead of anti-clockwise we will be writing the same sequence in clockwise. Then it will represent the h of minus n. So this will be h of 0. Okay, and then this one will be h of 1. So instead of writing anti-clockwise direction, so हम इस तरीके से लिख रहे थे इसको, बट h of minus n अगर फाइंड आउट करना है तो हम इसको clockwise direction में लिखेंगे. h of 0, h of 1, this will be h of 2, and this will be h of 3. ठीक है, ये समझ में आया? Okay, so this was the first one. So what will be the first sample? So इसमें जो हम ये मेथड है that was for y of n के लिए. ठीक है, y of n. So suppose we need to find out y of 0 after calculating the circular shift. This will be equals to this signal x of n multiplied by this signal with the 0 shift. Okay, so x of n will be multiplied by h of minus n to get y of 0. So 0 shifting will be there, then this 0 shifting amount will be multiplied by the signal will be multiplied by the x of n without shifting. So one shifted signal, because अगर हम m की वैल्यू अगर 0 रखें, तो यहाँ m की वैल्यू 0 रखेंगे, m equals to 0 अगर पुट करेंगे तो it will be minus of n, x of minus of n, and this is x of h of minus of n, similar to this one. So these two multiplied by these two, and we will be getting y of n, y of 0. So here these two signals will be multiplied, this one and this one will be multiplied, and after multiplication we will write it like, सपोज इनसाइड जो टर्म है उसको अगर हम x of n को रिप्रेजेंट करें तो x of n का सिग्नल क्या होगा, 0, this is 1, this is 2, and this was 3, and the shifted, the in time shifted of h of n will be represented by the outside signal, that will be h of 0. So h of 0 is 2, again h of 1, h of 1 is 1, h of 2 is again 1, and h of 3, this h of 3 will be represented by 2. ठीक है, सो हमने क्या किया, ये x of n को फिक्स कर दिया, उसके बाहर हमने लिखा h of माइनस ऑफ n, ठीक है, वो सिग्नल्स की वैल्यू लिख दी. अब क्या करेंगे, 2 and 0 को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, 2 and 0 को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे दैट विल बी 0, 2 and 1 को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे दैट विल बी 2. Okay, so this 1 and 2 will be multiplied, and this will be equals to, so you can write it 2 cross 1, here 2 cross 1, so whatever signals are there, 3 cross 1, and this is 0 cross 2. So this is 0, and this will be 2, this will be again 2, and this will be 3. So y of 0 will be, here summation is there. So after multiplication, so we are, after multiplication we need to sum, so we need to add it. So after adding it, we will be getting, this first sum is 0, so it will be 0, plus the second sum is 3, so this is 3, plus the third one is 2, so this will be 2, plus the fourth one term is 2, again it will be 2. So overall it is 3 plus 4 is equals to 7. The first term will be 7. So similarly for 1, suppose y of 1 we need to find out, so we will again rotate this signal for one more shift. Okay, so after rotating we will get another signal, that is h of 1 minus n, and that is for circular shift. Okay, so जब हम इसको सर्कुलर शिफ्ट करेंगे, so what will be the signal, so h of, इसको क्या हमने सर्कुलर शिफ्ट करना है, जब हमें सर्कुलर शिफ्ट करना है तो हम इसको फिर रोटेट करेंगे इन द फॉर्म ऑफ दिस वे. So this h of 0 will be shifted to this way. Okay, so this h of 0 will be here. Okay, and h of 1 will be this one, sorry, this one will be moved to this position. So h of 1 will be there, and here h of 2 is there, and here h of 3 is there. Okay, so this representation will represent h of 1 minus n with circular shift. So this one was h of minus n. Okay, we were representing h of minus 1. So this was the representation. Again, we need to have a shift of 1 unit. So we will shift it like that in the anti-clockwise direction. So this will be the anti-clockwise shifted version. And after shifting, we will multiply it with x of n again. X of n is represented by 0 is here, and here it is 1, here it is 2, here it is 3, and it will be multiplied by the shifted of h of n. So it will be h of 1 minus n with circular shift. Okay, so this one will be this, and inside one will be x of n again. So this signal, after shifting, we will be having 1 here, and this will be 2, h of 3 will be 2, and h of 2 will be 1. Okay, so after putting in this way, we will multiply each term. So 0 and 1 will be multiplied, will be 0, 2 and 1 will be multiplied, that will be 2. 2 and 2 will be multiplied, that will be 4. And 3 and 1 will be multiplied, that will be 3. So the y of 1 will be equals to the first multiplication, that is 0, plus this 2 multiplication, that is 2, plus again this is 2 into 2, that is 4, plus that is 3. So it is 4 plus 5, that is 9. Okay, ठीक है, ये समझ में आया? Same we will find for y of 2, and similarly we will find y of 3. So you can directly note it down like y of 2 will be given by 11, and y of 3 will be given by again the 9. So finally we will get y of n as the signal, that is 7, 9, 11 and 9. And this is the same answer that we have got in the previous case by using matrix method. Okay. Okay. So this is how the graphical method is there for calculation of circular convolution. कोई डाउट है? सो इसमें अभी हमने फर्स्ट y0 और y1 फाइंड आउट किया है. सिमिलरली y2 फाइंड आउट करने के लिए हम ये जो सिग्नल है, इस सिग्नल को अगेन एक यूनिट से शिफ्ट कर देंगे इन द एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन बाय 1 यूनिट. सो इट विल बी गिविंग यू h of 2 minus n with a circular shift. Okay, so after getting this, we will be multiplying this sequence with respect to x of n, and after multiplication we will add their terms, we will get 11. Again we will shift it circularly, so again we will find 3 minus n, that will be a circular shift, and whatever this signal will be there, that will be multiplied by this x of n, और जो भी मल्टीप्लाई करने के बाद जो टर्म आएंगे उनको हम ऐड कर देंगे, दैट विल बी इक्वल्स टू 9. ठीक है, सो ये थोड़ा क्लियर है, सिंपल है.
एक बार आप समझा दीजिए.
ओके, ठीक है. सो ठीक है, मैं इसी में समझा रहा हूँ, आप एक बार देख लेना. ठीक है, दो सिग्नल हमारे पास हैं, x ऑफ n और h ऑफ n. ठीक है, हमें क्या करना है, सर्कुलर कन्वोल्यूशन फाइंड आउट करना है. सो हम इन दोनों सिग्नल्स को रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे इन द फॉर्म ऑफ सर्कुलर रिप्रेजेंटेशन. सो एक सर्किल बनाएंगे, उस सर्किल पे हम ये सिग्नल्स को रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे. सो स्टार्टिंग विद दिस पोजीशन, इट विल बी x ऑफ 0. ठीक है, ये हमेशा x ऑफ 0 होगा. ठीक, फिर x ऑफ 1 को रिप्रेजेंट करना है, तो हम यहाँ पे x ऑफ 0 क्या है, यहाँ पे 0 है तो 0 वैल्यू होगा. x ऑफ 1 इस वाले पोजीशन को x ऑफ 1 रिप्रेजेंट करेगा, इस पोजीशन को x ऑफ 2 रिप्रेजेंट करेगा, इस पोजीशन को x ऑफ 3 रिप्रेजेंट करेगा. ठीक है, दैट मीन्स यहाँ पे हम कह सकते हैं कि कोई भी सिग्नल दिया है तो हम इसको x ऑफ 0 को अगर यहाँ से स्टार्ट करें तो ये एंटी क्लॉकवाइज अगर मूव करेंगे, हम एंटी क्लॉकवाइज अगर मूव करेंगे तो हम सिग्नल को रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे 0, 1, 2 एंड 3. ओके, सिमिलरली अगर हमें h ऑफ n को रिप्रेजेंट करना है तो सेम वही हमें इसमें भी करेंगे. h ऑफ n को स्टार्टिंग विद h ऑफ 0, हम इसको h ऑफ 1 को यहाँ रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे, h ऑफ 2 को यहाँ रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे इस पोजीशन पे, h ऑफ 3 विल बी रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय दिस पोजीशन. ठीक है, तो रिप्रेजेंटेशन हमें पता चल गया कि किसी भी सिग्नल को हमें सर्कुलर रिप्रेजेंटेशन में कैसे रिप्रेजेंट करना है. ये रिप्रेजेंटेशन हो गया. अब हमें क्या करना है कि जो हमारा सर्कुलर कन्वोल्यूशन का फार्मूला होता है, दैट इज y ऑफ n इज इक्वल टू समेशन n इक्वल्स टू 0 to n minus 1 x1n into x of m minus n with circular shift. Okay, so this was the signal. So हम यहाँ से देख सकते हैं कि पहला सिग्नल का हमें क्या करना है, इसका मतलब यह है कि पहला सिग्नल है उसको मल्टीप्लाई करना है सर्कुलर शिफ्टेड सिग्नल से, दूसरे वाले सिग्नल से, ये x2 रहेगा. ठीक है, x1 और x2. तो पहला सिग्नल जो भी है एज इट इज हम उसको रखेंगे, सेकेंड सिग्नल को सर्कुलरली शिफ्ट करेंगे विद रिस्पेक्ट टू m यूनिट्स. और ठीक है, ये m जो है वो वेरिएबल है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू y ऑफ m इज देयर, दिस इज y ऑफ m. ठीक है, सो दिस y ऑफ m इज देयर. सो m टाइम्स हम शिफ्ट करेंगे, जो भी सर्कुलर शिफ्टेड सिग्नल है उसको हम मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे x1 ऑफ m से. मल्टीप्लाई करने के बाद जितने भी रिस्पेक्टिव टर्म्स आएंगे उनको हम बाहर समेशन लगा हुआ, दैट मीन्स समेशन करेंगे, दैट विल बी आवर सीक्वेंस. सिमिलर यहाँ पे हमने दो सिग्नल्स को रिप्रेजेंट कर लिया, xn को और h ऑफ n को, दो सिग्नल को रिप्रेजेंट कर लिया. तो पहले सिग्नल को x ऑफ n को सेम एज इट इज इसको रख रहे हैं, इसको शिफ्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं, ये सेम ऐसे ही रहेगा. ठीक है, एच ऑफ एन को हम शिफ्ट करेंगे। तो एच ऑफ एन को शिफ्ट करने के लिए सबसे पहले एच ऑफ माइनस एन फाइंड आउट करना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद हमें एम टाइम्स शिफ्ट करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है। तो सबसे पहले हम क्या करेंगे, एच ऑफ एन को माइनस एच ऑफ माइनस एन फाइंड आउट करेंगे। तो एच ऑफ एन को एच ऑफ माइनस एन फाइंड आउट करने के लिए हम क्या करेंगे, सेम इसी सिग्नल को इंस्टेड ऑफ राइटिंग एंटी क्लॉकवाइज, अगर हम इसी को क्लॉकवाइज अगर लिख दें तो ये सिग्नल एच ऑफ एन को रिप्रेजेंट करता है इन द सर्कुलर रिप्रेजेंटेशन, ठीक है। सो एच ऑफ एन लिखा हुआ तो हमने एच ऑफ 0, एच ऑफ 1, एच ऑफ 2 इस पोजीशन पे, एच ऑफ 3 यहाँ पे लिखा। इसी को अगर हम रिवर्स डायरेक्शन में लिख दें तो सेम ये एच ऑफ माइनस एन को रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे। सो ये एच ऑफ 0 विल बी रिटन, एच ऑफ 1 विल बी रिटन हियर इंस्टेड ऑफ दिस पोजीशन जो यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ बने। अगर हमें माइनस ऑफ एन फाइंड आउट करना तो हमें एच ऑफ एन को यहाँ पे रिप्रेजेंट करना पड़ेगा, एच ऑफ 2 को यहाँ पे और यहाँ एच ऑफ 3 को यहाँ पे, ठीक है। इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ओके। सो दिस वन इज द रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ एच ऑफ माइनस एन, ठीक है। सो दिस एच ऑफ माइनस एन, और इस वाले फार्मूला में अगर हम m इक्वल्स टू 0 रखें तो दिस फार्मूला विल बी m इक्वल्स टू 0 रखेंगे तो ये क्या हो जाएगा, पहला सिग्नल मल्टीप्लाइड बाई x2 ऑफ माइनस एन। तो x2 ऑफ माइनस एन इज सिमिलर टू h ऑफ माइनस एन, दूसरा सिग्नल जो उसका नेम अलग है, ठीक है। तो दिस सिग्नल विल बी द फर्स्ट, आर यू कैन से जीरो शिफ्टेड, जीरो शिफ्टिंग इज देयर। तो ये सिग्नल जो है उसको हम मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे इस वाले सिग्नल के साथ। तो इस वाले पोजीशन पे जो वैल्यू है, इस वाले पोजीशन पे जो वैल्यू है, दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे। सो मल्टीप्लिकेशन के लिए हमने ये बनाया कि ये बड़ा वाला जो है वो एच ऑफ माइनस एन को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है और जो अंदर वाला है वो एक्स ऑफ एन को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है। तो एक्स ऑफ एन की जो वैल्यूज थी वो यहाँ पे 0 थी, यहाँ पे 1 थी, यहाँ पे 2 थी, सॉरी यहाँ पे, हाँ यहाँ पे 2 थी और यहाँ पे 3 थी, ठीक है। इस वैल्यू को हमने मल्टीप्लाई किया एच ऑफ माइनस ऑफ एन से। तो एच ऑफ माइनस ऑफ एन की वैल्यू क्या है, एच ऑफ 0 क्या है, यहाँ पे 2 है, एच ऑफ 3 क्या है, वो भी 2 है, एच ऑफ 1 जो है वो 1 है और एच ऑफ 2 जो है ये भी 1 है। तो ये वैल्यूज को हमने मल्टीप्लाई किया यहाँ पे, तो 2 यहाँ पे 2 लिख दिया, यहाँ पे 2 था तो यहाँ पे 2 रख दिया, यहाँ पे 1 था तो यहाँ पे 1 रख दिया और यहाँ पे 1 था इस वाले पोजीशन पे, यहाँ 1 था तो यहाँ पे 1 रख दिया। और इस 2 को यहाँ पे जो एक्स एन का वैल्यू था दैट इज 0, उसको मल्टीप्लाई किया तो यहाँ आउटपुट क्या आएगा, 0 आएगा। सिमिलरली इस 2 को और 1 को मल्टीप्लाई किया तो 2 आएगा, 2 को और 1 को मल्टीप्लाई किया तो 2 आएगा, 3 को और 1 को मल्टीप्लाई किया तो 3 आएगा। जो भी टर्म्स आए उनको हम ऐड कर देंगे इधर। तो जो भी टर्म्स आए वाई ऑफ 0 को 0 कर दिया, फिर 3 को ऐड कर 3 हो गया, 2 हो गया, 2 हो गया, सो 2, so starting with this one is 0, this one is 3, so 0, this is 3, this is 2, after multiplication this is 2। तो सभी को हम ऐड कर देंगे, दैट विल बी द फर्स्ट टर्म, ठीक है। y ऑफ 0 हमें फाइंड आउट हो जाएगा। सिमिलरली y ऑफ 1 फाइंड आउट करना है तो इसी सिग्नल को, दिस h ऑफ 1 को एक बार रोटेट कर देंगे 1 यूनिट, ठीक है। 1 बार रोटेट करने के बाद इसी सिग्नल को हम रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे इस फॉर्म में, ठीक है। इस सिग्नल को रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे, सो दिस विल बी h ऑफ 0 एंड दैट विल बी रिप्रेजेंटेड विद रिस्पेक्ट टू दैट। और जो भी रिप्रेजेंट करने के बाद जो आएगा इसको मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे x ऑफ n के साथ और सेम मल्टीप्लाई करने के बाद ऐड करेंगे, दैट विल बी द सेकंड सैंपल वैल्यू। Similarly, we can find out the third one and similarly we can find out the fourth one. ठीक है, किसी को डाउट है? Yes. वैसे मैं वीडियो प्रोवाइड कर दूंगा, अगर किसी को डाउट है तो आप बाद में भी चेक कर सकते हो, ठीक है। हो सकता है थोड़ा डाउट हो तो, ठीक है। तो क्लास क्लोज करते हैं इसके बाद। और किसी को कोई डाउट है? यस। ठीक है, देन क्लास जो है क्लोज करते हैं। नेक्स्ट वी विल सी in the next class that how we can calculate, how we can proceed with circular convolution, what is the advantages of this circular convolution, circular convolution की help से हम कैसे DFT find out करेंगे, that we will see in the next class। ठीक है, ओके फिर, थैंक यू।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।